Welcome back to the 3 Point Show. It's your boy Mike's 3P and I'm with...
Yes.
You already know what it is. I hate doing this, but do make sure you like and subscribe. Content coming out weekly and whatnot.
Why do you hate doing this, brother? Like and subscribe, fam. Niggas trying to make out the hood and that, bro.
Trust. In fact, it's true. Real shit. Right, the first thing we have to talk about is obviously Arsenal versus Man United. The biggest game, in fact, in my opinion, the biggest game in the Premier League.
Oh, in terms of history?
In terms of history and all that stuff, in terms of, because I think they got the two biggest fans and whatnot. But let's get down into the nitty gritty of it. Arsenal went to Old Trafford in a fixture that we haven't beaten them since, 2006.
Yeah.
And we absolutely murked them. I think Partey and Elneny, for me, I haven't seen a midfield combination that we've had that was that industrial and that defensively aware in God knows how long. I don't want to... I mean, we keep comparing Partey to Vieira and whatnot, but I'm not going to do that here. But what Partey showed me today is he has brought a whole nother thing to Arsenal. We've not had that in a long time. Gabriel, I've been saying it to you. I'm not... Defensively, he's right up there. And just in defending, he's right up there. You hardly see him out of position. You hardly see him rash. I mean, Man United, we can talk about Man United in a sec, but going forward from Arsenal, I just thought everything was set up correctly. Going forward, it will be a 4-3-3. Saka in the attacker and in the central midfield, left channel, and that would allow Aubameyang to come inside. Willian, and I'm very critical of Willian. He played all right. He's hardworking. He made some great passes, especially the one leading for the penalty. But we absolutely murked them at Old Trafford, and I think it's a sign of good things are coming. What did you think about that?
Well, what's my take from that match?
Yeah.
Beforehand, I was explaining. I thought when I've watched these big games, I've seen that big. I just thought both teams, not just Man United and Arsenal. I'm talking about big games like the big six games. I've just seen a lack of attacking threat.
Yeah, you're saying that.
I just feel like everyone doesn't want to lose rather than actually going out to win. What's my take from the game? Great away win for Arsenal.
Great away win.
Yeah, great away win. If you ain't won there since 2006, it has to be a great win.
Yeah, but talk about the manner. You win away against the top side.
Yeah, you can say so. You can say that you can. Are they really a top side?
Okay. They're not top side. They've got Bruno,
they ain't won
Rashford.
They haven't won all season.
Did they just beat RB Leipzig?
Premier League you're talking about.
Yeah, but didn't they just beat RB Leipzig?
Yeah.
They're not
slouches. That was a paper over cracks. You know what I mean?
Okay.
What I took from it was that I thought United was absolutely terrible from the off. I think when I looked at the lineup, I'm talking solely on Man United's behalf. When I looked at the lineup, I thought Ole's got it damn wrong here.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
No.
I think I've been saying it for the longest. Rashford is not a number 9. He's a number 11. That's where you get the best out of Rashford. You keeping Cavani on the bench till 80-something minutes to do what?
I mean, he is 34, 35 years old. But the reason why I wouldn't say... I don't think the lineup is bad. I actually genuinely don't. The reason why I think is because, as you said, they were setting up a great defensive side and they were trying to, hopefully, with the pace of
break on the corner
and hit on the break. The thing is, and you rarely ever heard me say this about Man United this season especially, is that defensively they weren't that bad. It was going forward, they pretty had nothing.
But I mean, that's what I'm trying to say because we'll get to that later.
This is the same formation that they played, I believe, against RB Leipzig. And it worked wonders.
Yeah.
Obviously, the players, I'm not sure if it was the right players or not.
No, it wasn't. Rashford come off the bench. Bruno Fernandes also come off the bench.
Yeah. But I understand what he's trying to do, especially with Fred and McTominay there. Because, I mean, Arsenal, we're not the greatest going forward, but if it does, you do want people that can stop them.
I think it's quite telling, though. It's Ole's 100th game. And the players, it's like the players thought, fuck it, I just want to go home. Really. Because I know you can't blame the manager, and at the end of the day, it was a penalty that decided the game. But I mean, you playing Pogba left wing that is ludicrous, mate.
I'm not sure because Pogba played his best football at Juve on the left. I think we're getting to a point where I think he's been there 4 or 5 years, and we're still saying what's Pogba's best position. I do think he's actually in the left side of midfield, left side of the central midfield, left midfield, whatever. I just feel like going forward, they're running out of ideas. Defensively, they're all right. But just going forward, they're not that great. You're looking at the other side, there was only a penalty that separated the two sides. Let's not make it seem like we beat them 3-4-0. But the inclusion of El Neni and Thomas Partey was one to behold. I believe that Thomas Partey is right up there with one of the best midfielders in the league. Maybe even in world football. Because the way him and El Neni played today was amazing to see. And I don't think if Xhaka... Because El Neni can get around. That's the thing that he has over Ceballos and Xhaka. He can get around and make tackles and can break the line with some of these passes. If you see the way he was passing to Willian and Bellerin, it was amazing to see, to be honest. Gabriel.
What about Gabriel?
Look, I don't want to get carried away, but Van Dijk, Laporte, Diaz... He's not obviously in Van Dijk's level, but Laporte and Diaz, I think that's his level right now. I think if we can maintain...
That's ridiculous. I was also saying that's mad.
I think why?
Because none of them even, like, they can't lace Thiago Silva's boots, but clearly you will put Thiago Silva like that because he's at Chelsea.
No.
Bias is real, bro. You cannot tell me. Well, go to Gabriel's room, go look at his poster in his room, and it's Thiago Silva. So all of that Diaz, that's bullshit. Laporte hasn't got two legs to stand on. Gabriel's just had literally, honestly, just a decent performance in that. But he had a decent performance against United. However, some say should have been sent off. Some would say so.
The referee did it. That's the most important.
Yeah, it's Mike Dean. If it was another referee, he could be off. You know,
if buts and maybes. I just think. Look, I'm not going to say Arsenal are going to win the league anytime soon. I don't think we're going to win the league tomorrow. I'm not saying it's a stepping stone, but this puts us right up there in terms of confidence. Because I said Leicester's defeat was probably, in my opinion, the worst. Because Liverpool, we lost to Liverpool. I thought we were always going to lose to Liverpool and City, but to lose to Leicester with some of their main men out, for me, it was embarrassing. To turn around and beat Man United away from home in a place that you haven't done since 2006, it's stuff of legends. It's great stuff
of legends. Well, for winning in 14 years, it's not. That's not.
Okay, you know what I mean. Look, I know you're trying to be a party. You're just trying to be a party. But I what you're trying to do. If I was going to be like you, but actually level 1 point of view, and you spent 250 million, but we're going to get into that in a minute. Hold on. I've got one thing to say. Yeah, this is not even me being funny or whatever. When are we going to start putting the blame on the players? Because I mean, I told you before. I saw a clip on 360 about them saying, "Oh, it's always about when they lose, it's all on Ole, but when they win, it's the players." Now we've seen Ole, we've seen Jose, we've seen David Moyes, we've seen Van Gaal. These are 4 managers since Alex Ferguson, and we've always blamed the manager. Yet the players come and go, but for the most part, it's the same.
Yeah.
So what happened going forward? Mm-hmm. I think the big changes need to be made. I think
at Man United.
I think shockingly, some names.
I think. Obviously, I understand what you're saying with the manager and when the manager loses, it's all on the manager. When he wins, he gets praise. But it's the players. Whatever. I totally get that. But I truly believe it is criminal how you have Pogba, you have Fred, McTominay playing, and you have Van der Beek on the bench. That has to be criminal. The thing is, yeah, Pogba has a potential, and I'm not going to blame this loss on Pogba, even though he did give away a penalty. The reason why I'm not going to give this blame, if Pogba did what he had to do, I'd say Van der Beek would be playing a lot more. Because defensively, he just doesn't offer that much. Maybe you can say it's not his game, but you need something to counteract Bruno and Pogba. You just can't have. I mean, it's not like you've got Kante back there or Partey. Do you get it? So you need 2 players that could defensively work. To be honest, though, you haven't won a home league game. You shouldn't be playing Fred and McTominay. You got to go out all out, bruv. You're Man United. You need to win at home. I'd be playing Van der Beek. 15th in the play. You're 15th in the league table. Fred and McTominay should be the last of your thought process. I mean, you're right. But we were saying it. Van der Beek, yes, you got a big payday, but I'm having words with my agent. Yeah, no. Because
look, it's all well and good. I know it's a strength in depth and whatnot. Yeah, and Pogba as Bruno Fernandes playing. But to see Scott McTominay in front of you, to see Fred in front of you, and then when you're chasing the game, to bring on Matic.
Man.
I mean, Van der Beek
he took off Bruno Fernandes, didn't he?
I think Van der Beek must be thinking, cool.
What have I got to
what am I doing here? Yeah, what have I got to do to get a game here? I'm not saying he should play every week. For him to see the likes of Dan James, Juan Mata, Matic coming on, Scott McTominay, Fred playing ahead of you, it's a bit of a living.
It's a bit of a... Mate.
But anyway, I think Partey cemented himself as one of the top in the league. But we'll get into that in a different... We know that. So don't try it.
Everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
Yes, everyone's entitled to facts as well. So
but now, before this game though, when he lost 2 back-to-back Premier League
he didn't lose.
No, let me finish, bro. When he lost 2 back-to-back Premier League games, was he still one of the best midfielders? Are you being reactionary?
I think
you don't think you're being reactionary? Okay, next time.
I don't think
that's fine.
Okay, we're going to go to Chelsea versus Burnley. Obviously, you support Chelsea. What?
Talk about something that makes sense.
Okay, we're talking about Chelsea and Burnley. I'll let you go away with it.
Well, masterclass performance.
You see how you have all this energy? See, that's how. See, this is where I bring.
Yeah, you gonna let me chat?
I bring objectiveness to this. You just come out and all you want to do is talk about Chelsea. But go on.
Let me finish, bro.
Go on.
That's a masterclass performance to come away from Russia. Champions League, obviously, it's tough away.
Yeah, Krasnodar.
Yes, but there's no easy game in the Champions League.
What stadium do Krasnodar? What stadium?
You can't relate.
What stadium?
Can I finish?
What stadium do?
Are you gonna let me finish or not, G? Like,
what stadium do Krasnodar play in?
Anyways, it's not easy to come back to win away in the Champions League. Not all people can do it, innit? It was last time it was the Champions League, so you can't relate. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not easy to win away, and then also from then, obviously, we was laid back. We got back Thursday night, Friday morning, Thursday evening, and then to go to Turf Moor. I know they're not on form right now, but everyone knows when you go to Turf Moor, it's a tough, tricky affair.
Yeah.
And to dominate the way we did was absolutely telling. Frank got it spot on. Only negative thing was Pulisic getting injured in the warm up. But just a normal day at the office. Ziyech assist, Ziyech goal. Havertz dictating play, dominating the midfield. Kante playing in the holding role, which I would like Lampard to use him more and more of. We do that. We're back to. We've seen Kante in that role.
Okay.
Thiago Silva. Normally Chris Wood and Ashley Barnes. They tell you a new hole. They give you a lot of trouble. I didn't even know they was playing. So Thiago Silva just doing Thiago Silva stuff. Still undefeated in a Chelsea shirt.
Flawed, isn't it?
And Edward,
that's
not really,
flawed,
not really. And Edward Mendy, what can I say, mate?
All right,
it looks a real goalkeeper.
Let me break this down. Let's be honest now. Burnley have got 1 point in the last 5 games. I think we can both assume they're going to get relegated.
No, I'm not going to say that.
I'm here saying it. Whatever day it is today, Burnley will be relegated.
That's your opinion.
They've got 1 point in the last 5 games. Let's not act like these are Champions League contenders. Right. Going forward, look, this is the Chelsea team for the most part people want to see.
No, not really.
Well, you got your stars playing. You got Chilwell, Havertz, Ziyech, and Werner, who all had an impact on the game. Mm-hmm. I got a few questions for you. Is this where we want to see Timo Werner? Because he doesn't play his best games down the middle. I'll be honest with you. And it doesn't seem like in the Premier League he's able to play.
In the Premier League,
you can let me finish.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like he's able to hold the ball up or play as well as he normally does, as he does on the left. We've seen it.
Can I interject?
No.
Can I just
No. You just
quickly. You say that though, but the only game that he played as a number 9, as an out-and-out number 9, he scored twice. It doesn't really make sense.
Who's that? Was that
Southampton? When he did the only.
Is it the 2 centre backs?
No. What you said? What you asked me was. You said. So you didn't ask me. You said his best games don't come as a number 9.
Best games.
Yeah, and you've seen it. But what I'm trying to say to you is, the only game he's played as a number 9, he scored a brace. So what are we saying here then?
Okay, it's Southampton. But anyway, we've seen his best work on the left-hand side. I think Ziyech, we said, they gave Mason Mount man in the match, but Ziyech, 1-2s. What I think about Ziyech is that Reece James is going to eat a lot because he likes to come inside, impact.
Yeah, so there's a lot of room.
There's a lot of room for Reece James. He's a great crossover the ball, to be honest. But you're catching. I wouldn't say catching some form. I mean, Burnley are obviously not a great side. Let's just be honest. Burnley are not a great side. But I want to know what are the expectations because Mason, as I was saying, going back to Mason Mount. Mason Mount seems to get a game wherever. I said I coined the phrase "death taxes" and Mason Mount. Defensively, I think you can't play this team against the top sides. Mason Mount, Havertz, and Kante will get outrun by themselves. So do you want to see? But Mason Mount had the impact today. He had the most shots. Do you think maybe you can play Mason Mount?
No, I wouldn't put.
I'd say Kovacic, Jorginho, and them.
I'll put Kovacic, Kante, and Havertz. That's the midfield I would like to see. It gives you some steal and also gives you some attacking threat as well. Mason Mount, obviously, Mason Mount he's an industrial midfielder. However, I don't want to see him in that number 8 role in a big game.
No, neither do I. Well, I don't think so. I think Kane and Tottenham are winning. Yeah. So Man City, obviously they beat Sheffield. Sheffield had a few chances. Let's just go through the game. Sheffield had a few chances, but I think Chris Wilder's time at Sheffield might be coming in the Premier League might be coming towards an end. They just doesn't. They played 5 in the back, and Man City were knocking on that door. And we're looking at a Man City side without a fit Raheem Sterling. Fit Sergio Aguero or Gabriel Jesus, and still going away and winning.
Mm-hmm.
They had a few chances. I just feel like Sheffield are a bit tired. But these are my favourites to win the Premier League.
Man City.
Yeah. I think it's all starting to click once when Liverpool are starting to go down, in my opinion.
And Liverpool aren't going down, are they?
I mean, yeah.
I don't see Liverpool winning the league, obviously, with Van Dijk being out, but they're not going down, are they?
Yeah.
You say City was knocking on the door, but also Sheffield had a lot of chances.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have a lot, but they did have a few chances where they could have equalised or even, you know what I mean, could have been a different game. Ryan Brewster, with that chance where he tries to be a bit cheeky, maybe if he puts his foot through the ball. Regardless if he's offside or not, you got to just put some doubt into the referee's mind, the VAR, so they can see exactly. But he's trying to dink the goalkeeper. One outstanding player for Sheffield was Patrick, I don't know if his first name, that Berg.
Van den Berg, yeah.
Very good player. I thought he gave City something to think about. But yes, I think Chris Wilder overachieved last season. And what we're seeing right now is just, I think they're coming back to normality, innit?
We need to talk about something real quick. And it's going to lead into something else. Salah going down. Not just Salah going down. We saw the same thing with Callum Wilson today. The rate that players are going down is ridiculous. Now we're gonna sit and say, oh yeah, players should stand up. But I feel like if they don't go down, penalties are not given. However, the counter to that is the contact that these players are feeling now is ridiculous. That was not a penalty. That's not a penalty.
But you'll be aggrieved if it's not given, obviously.
Yeah, but here's my thing. You'll be fuming if that's given against your hand.
Yeah.
So that means you know it's not right.
I mean, with Salah, realistically, any touch with Salah, you're pretty much gonna go to the ground anyway. It's like
we've been saying
the
that.
theatrics are, but I understand. Also, I've got to understand from the attacking player's point of view. Mate, these days, if you don't go down, you're not gonna get a decision, or you're not even gonna get some decisions. They're not even looked at anymore. So it's pretty much like, what can you really do? Go down. If you don't go down, you're not gonna get it. Simple as that. So I'm not gonna say I advise players to do it, but I advise players to obviously alert the defenders at all. Alert the referee at all times.
No. Here's my thing. Let's not sugarcoat it and use all the political. It's bullshit. Because what I don't like seeing is that people are not even attempting to stand up. I mean, the game's all penalties now. There's penalties every single week. We're on pace for 250 penalties in the Premier League season. And that's, for me, that's ridiculous. I'm not going to pick on Salah. The same thing with Callum Wilson. Callum Wilson, I believe his name is Andre Gomez, was trying to kick the ball and all of a sudden... And then,
that's smart though, isn't it? But from Callum Wilson, you say it's smart.
But Andre Gomez is not looking to hit him. He doesn't even see him. He comes on the back of him, and he doesn't. Callum Wilson doesn't even attempt to go.
So
for
what
the
do you
ball.
do in that situation?
You see, that's my thing, because I understand. I think what everyone's paying for penalties nowadays. That's just my opinion. I think everyone is paying for. You're looking at Salah; he's just so greedy as well. But he doesn't. He's just going down. He'll go down at any little thing. There was a penalty in this instance. I believe someone grabbed Maguire's shirt. I think on any. That was a penalty, but
Maguire didn't go down, so
it didn't go down. You get what I'm saying? There's been so many instances of.
But then again, a lot of players are going down. They're still not killed in it. So I think it's this situation that we find ourselves in is tough. Because look at Bruno. I think it started from Bruno Fernandes when he stepped on the player.
Yeah.
So realistically, I think, and I was watching Andy Gray, and Andy Gray honestly said it like he's been watching football for over like how many years now, and he said he actually doesn't know what constitutes giving a penalty anymore, and I think that's just what we're in right now. Like no one knows what is and what isn't a penalty.
Yeah, and I think I don't want to be like other like in America how they always criticize sport, but I just feel like the game is going down now. Like you can't even make a 50-50 tackle without someone saying it's there's malice, always a dangerous play. You're looking at people like grabbing. Look, I'm not going to say that you should go grab your shirt and take it home, but a little tug on the shirt should be allowed. People are going down for that. People are going down for touching their boot and whatnot.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's disgraceful. I listen up to him. I got something to say, and I said it to you before the game. I don't feel like penalties should be included in the Golden Boot race.
I don't agree with that.
All right, hear me out. This is my theory. I feel like it should be added to your goal tally towards the end of the season. Penalties and free kicks. I feel like the Golden Boot race is geared towards people that take penalties. Now, if this is hypothetically speaking, but to be honest, the way we're going now, penalties are given literally like once or twice a game. Hear me out. If Bruno Fernandes, scores, it's ridiculous. I know. I'm just saying, if Bruno Fernandes scores 15 penalties in the league, or should I say 12, and scores another 10, that's 20, and he wins the Golden Boot. That for me, he wins the Golden Boot, but I don't feel like he's the best goal scorer in the league. Yeah. Whereas Calvert-Lewin, who doesn't take penalties for his team, and let's say if he scores 18 and he scores 18 goals, but he's got 0 penalties, he's had the better goal scoring season in my opinion.
Oh, that's a good
But
shot.
the thing is, we judge, and that's my opinion. You lot let me know what you think about this, because I had this debate was popping in one of my group chats. Because here's my thing: if everyone's going down for penalties, how do we reward strikers? Because we judge strikers on goals. Mm-hmm. So if the hypothetical happens and Bruno Fernandes, I'm only using Bruno because he gets a lot of penalties. But I'm saying if Bruno scores 22 goals and 12 of them are penalties, and he wins the Golden Boot, you can't say he deserves it just because he's scoring from it. Like, do you get what I mean?
I understand. Well, would you say Pepe deserves his move from?
Look,
honestly, would you say he deserves his move?
I mean,
you were gonna say.
I don't know what do you mean by he deserves?
The same way would you say
he didn't output it.
About 10 of
he
his,
didn't win the Golden Boot.
Yeah, I don't know. I know he did.
But he didn't win the Golden Boot.
I know, but 11 of his goals was penalties though.
Yeah,
so that's what obviously evidently helped him, because probably still flipping. Is it man in it?
No, it's
Lil.
No, I'm not. Nah, that's not true. But you
probably
never know.
You
never know. But here's my thing. I'm not saying they don't count. I'm just saying the penalties and free kicks shouldn't count towards the Golden Boot. It should count towards your goal tally at the end of the season. Does that make sense? Yeah. That's my opinion. I do want you lot to let me know what you really think about that, because for me that's interesting. Because I looked at the season where Van Nistelrooy won the Golden Boot, the only Golden Boot in the Premier League. I was doing research on this.
The only Golden Boot in the Premier League.
The only Golden Boot he won in the Premier League. Sorry, should I say? He scored 25 goals, I believe it was, and 8 of them were penalties.
So 17 goals and 17 play.
Henry scored 24 goals and only 3 penalties. Now, obviously, we know Henry and Van Nistelrooy. We know Henry's better than Van Nistelrooy. We know that. But we know that. Don't be ridiculous. We know that. But, hear me out. If he's only scored 1 less goal and he scored, 5 less penalties, you have to say Henry was the better striker. Now, in that season, he also did get 20 assists.
It's all about if buts.
No, but he also got 20 assists that season. But what I'm saying is,
because if it was based on that, you can just throw that out there. I was just throwing it out there. Oh, okay, if you didn't score a penalty, if you didn't score a penalty, okay, now if I had one, now say, okay, did he score in this big game? No, he didn't. Did he score in the big game? No, bro. Like if we're doing that, did he score against Big Six? No, he didn't. Oh, but where did the majority of his goals come from? Oh, the bottom feeders, bro. Like, you get what I'm trying to say?
You've been saying that about Aubameyang. So why? Here's my thing. This guy doesn't keep it consistent. You've been saying that for years that Aubameyang only feeds off the bottom side, and now you're talking about hypotheticals.
I'm just saying, if we're hypothetically speaking, if you want to do it, like obviously categorize it, like let's take away penalties. Like, bro, some people might say this guy doesn't score in big games.
Yeah, so but you have said that. Don't say some people. Put your name on it, because we could also say someone only scored a brace against Southampton, scoring against Burnley. I'm not saying anybody names. In the league. In the league. So,
are we talking about the league?
I don't know who you're talking about.
You're a joker, man.
No, but that's just my opinion. I think it's going to be more the same. I think Arsenal, let me look at the table right now. Liverpool. Yeah, I think Tottenham are flying right now.
Are they? Is this as it stands?
This as it stands.
So only 2 points.
We're only 2 points.
That's alright still.
Yeah, we're only 2 points.
But they are flying, but then they lost.
3 of the top 6? 3 of the top 7, sorry? You played how many?
Only 1. Well, 2, sorry.
Yeah, 2. It's wide open, isn't it? It's saying bubble burst for Everton.
I think they lost 2-1 today.
They've lost 2 on the
bounce.
bounce.
Without James Rodriguez.
I think they've lost 2 on the bounce.
Yeah, I believe they have. I feel like there was riding high. Some of these teams, obviously I'm not making excuses, but a lot of these teams have had pre-season. Like, they've been out. They've had a lot of time to recruit. Like, they've had a lot of time to organise themselves together. Everton was one of those teams. I believe they benefited from that. A lot of teams are benefiting. Aston Villa, who else? They're benefiting from the time they've had together to gain cohesion. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But I feel like obviously
cream always rises to the top.
There you go.
I think before we wrap this up, who's your player of the week?
Huh?
Player of the week.
Is it Hakim Ziyech?
Okay. It's Hakim Ziyech.
Yeah, Hakim Ziyech.
You know who I'm giving it to?
Uh-huh.
It's Hakim Ziyech. It's not a bad shout. I would talk about Wolves, but then had a real good game, and Nuri or whatever name, the guy from loan from
James Ward-Prowse up there.
That's my player of the week. James Ward-Prowse. I don't remember England having a better set piece specialist than him since David Beckham.
Wazza's up there. Wazza was up there.
Wazza can't take free kicks like James Ward-Prowse.
Wazza was up there with the free kicks.
Don't forget, Wazza.
I'm not gonna sit here and do
you don't remember Wazza used to tap into someone stop it, and then he whip it. This guy whipping it.
See this thing that James Ward-Prowse. I feel like a lot of people don't like to show respect to the older generation. Like, I've seen Drogba catch corn on TL.
We've seen him.
I've seen Rooney catch corn on TL. I'm thinking these guys were monstrous players.
Yeah, I mean they were monstrous players, but you're looking at you can always find. You've seen Messi get corn. It's just banner.
Yeah.
I mean, social media wasn't around when Drogba got 5 goals twice and 8 goals once. And then 3 goals.
And and where thing failed his career at flipping Juventus, Thierry, but people don't like to adjust that. It's like Jordan. People think Jordan just played for Chicago Bulls. He didn't.
Yeah.
We didn't just play for us.
I didn't think he only played for 6 years.
Yeah. It's Raymondo. That's that for you. But what was I saying? I don't like. We played for Juve, Monaco. Yeah. Who else is there? Barcelona, where he was the fourth, fifth wheel. Maybe
4th, 5th wheel. It was second in scoring.
But anyways, that's not what we're talking about. Second in scoring. But I just thought that Ward-Prowse's technique, a lot is similar. I wouldn't say copy, but it's similar to Wazza.
I don't know about similar to Wazza, but I just feel like, for me, in my opinion, he has to be player of the week. Jack Grealish was stat padding at the end. I think he got 1 goal and 2 assists, I believe it was.
But Ziyech, though, to put in context, that's his first Premier League start.
Back-to-back goals, back-to-back games, back-to-back goals, isn't it?
Back-to-back goals and assists. Might have something on our hands, too.
You might. I just feel like the physicality of the Premier League might catch up to them.
Yeah, you can say so.
Anyway.
Well, Marlon's in PFA, but you don't say that.
That's really, really true.
He said, it was Ziyech's first interview, he even said, they say they can't, what's it? They said about the the robustness of the Premier League and how tough it is. But he said there's a lot of players his frame that are excelling in this league. So who else can we be talking about? Riyad Mahrez has been running circles around this league for years.
But
Riyad,
not
for
running
years,
circles.
for years.
He's not doing circles.
You should have seen what he was doing yesterday.
But Riyad Mahrez is better than that.
Oh, man.
Sorry?
That's a stretch. That's a mad stretch.
Okay.
Comment down below if you think that.
Come on, let's be honest. Anyway, you don't let me know in the comments what you don't think about the results over the weekend. It's your boy Mike's on the 3 Point Show and
yes, live from the gutter.
Trust the gulag. You calling this house gutter?
Nah, live man. Stop.
Not good enough. This is your boy Mike's on the 3 Point Show. We're out. Oh yeah, sorry. Make sure you like and subscribe and share.
Serious.
We're out.